Hey, and we're back with KMMA. I'm Adio.
And I'm Khalil Deal.
And we're going to be bringing you our main card predictions and breakdowns for UFC 319 live from Chicago, Illinois this Saturday. And we're going to be starting out the main event with Tim Elliott against Kai Asakura. Then we're on to Jared Cannonier against Michael Venom Page. Then we got Jeff Neal against Carlos Prates. Followed by Lerone Murphy against Aaron Pico. And for the UFC Middleweight Championship, we've got the highly anticipated Dricus du Plessis against Khamzat Chimaev. So real deal. Kaya Sakura against Tim Elliott making his return here. Who you got?
All right, man. So for this one here, let's take a look at these two. By the way, me and NDO only disagreeing on 1 out of 8 fights in the prelims. So that's really, really good. Let's see if we still agree here in the main card. So this fight here, Tim Elliott, this guy, he's got an unorthodox and unpredictable type of fighting style. He's very awkward in the cage. He has a lot of footwork and head movement, unconventional techniques like cartwheels and forward rolls, and he uses like ninja-like movements in his fighting style. Kai Asakura, this guy, he's got very good speed, power, unpredictability as well. He's primarily a striker. He's got precise, dangerous boxing, aggressive approach, and his ability to time his opponents effectively. He's got a solid understanding of grappling, particularly in scrambles, which allows him to handle himself both standing and on the ground. His background is in Zendo Kai Karate and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so he's very technical. Tim Elliott, man, those losses come from somewhere, man. He's got 20 wins and 13 losses, 6 coming by sub, 6 by decision, and he's got also 1 knockout there. He's a pretty tough guy there. His chin's pretty tough. I'm going to go with Kai Asakura. I like this guy, man. I think Tim Elliott's washed up, 38 years old. Give me Kai Asakura to win I'm going to say he wins by knockout or submission in this one. I don't think he goes the distance. I think he finishes Tim Elliott here.
Yeah, pretty tough at this weight class too, 38 years old here. Always liked Tim Elliott though. He seemed to be one of those guys that made the most, with the talent he had, but can never beat like the top guys. Always a good guy to start out against if you're trying to crack those, the upper level guys in the division. This is the guy Asakura should have fought actually for his debut fight in the UFC rather than for the title against Pantoja. But they needed a challenger, and he came with some accolades here. I think he's going to get this win against Tim Elliott. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a knockout because he has some pretty good-looking knockouts in his career, even though Tim Elliott's has a pretty good chin. But, he is getting up there, and I think Kaya Sakura could get that done in that way. So I'm going to call, in the end, I'm going to call a decision or knockout for Asakura.
All right, so we are in agreement with the first fight of the main card. Nice. Let's move on up to the next fight here. We've got Jared Cannonier against Michael Venom Page. Who you got?
Yeah, so for a while there, Jared Cannonier was not very happy with facing off against Michael Venom Page because, Michael Venom Page not a pure middleweight, even though there's talk that he's going to stay in the division. Where's this going to get Cannonier when he's ranked higher? It's not going to advance him. And you know what? It's a dangerous fight, and I think I'm going to give the lean to Michael Venom Page. I always like this guy's style. He strikes like no one else. And the main thing here as to why I'm picking Venom Page is that I don't think we're going to get that look of extreme terror like a kid sees the boogeyman for the first time that we see on Michael Venom Page as he tries to defend against a takedown or he tries to get up, against the fence. Because Jared Cannonier not really a big takedown threat. He likes to keep it on the feet. And he's good and he's got tons of power. But I think MVP's just going to be a little too shifty and clever. I don't think he gets the knockout. Cannonier's pretty tough, but I do think he's going to outvolume him and do some pretty sick looking shit in there, connect on some of them, damage Cannonier up, and get the decision win.
Yeah, man. For this one here, I got to agree, man. Michael Venom Page is the faster guy. I mean, we have to say it. I mean, Jared Cannonier is getting up there in age, man. 41 years old. I know Michael Venom Page is not too far behind at 38 there.
I'm not saying he's washed up either, Cannonier, but I just have to give the edge to MVP here, man. Yeah.
Yeah, look, MVP is going to have a significant 4-inch height advantage as well. He's going to have a significant 2.5-inch reach advantage as well. Cannonier, look, the guy's a good striker. He's got a background in boxing and Muay Thai. He's got powerful punches. He's kind of patient, but that's the problem. He's too patient. Whereas a guy like Michael Venom Page is too fast on his feet for him. I think he's going to come in there quickly, jab, 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 hit him with strikes, and just out-volume him with punches. I mean, Cannonier can land that knockout punch. If anything there, you go Jared Cannonier by a KO in the betting, but I got to go with Michael Venom Page here as the pick. Maybe I'll have a little sprinkle or something on Cannonier by knockout. Maybe I'll take a look at that for when it comes to the betting on Friday. We talk about that, but I think Page is going to outvolume him, be the faster guy. He's very unorthodox. I think it's going to frustrate Cannonier. I think he's going to be kicking him and hitting him with some crazy kicks and punches, getting in those leg kicks, which will slow down Cannonier.
I see that power step in elbow coming in that looks like a punch, but he gets that elbow in there.
Yeah, exactly. And you see Cannonier never really tries to go for takedown, so Venom Page doesn't have to worry about that.
We see Venom Page fighting off a takedown.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't see it. I don't see Cannonier going to take him down, you know? But listen, Michael Venom Page is going to be the pick here. Just the speed, the out-voluming of the strikes, the kicks, the punches. Give me Michael Venom Page to win. I'm going to say by knockout or decision. Out of Cannonier's 8 losses, he's been knocked out 3 times and lost 5 decisions. So give me Michael Venom Page, knockout or decision here. And surprisingly, he's got some subs there, Michael Venom Page, too, there. All right. So, we're in agreement with this fight as well. Let's move on up to the next fight here. We got Jeff Neal against Carlos Prates. Now, out of the fighting nerds, man, I love Carlos Prates. Not like that fraud Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, who claims to be a fighting nerd.
I don't think is he a full-fledged fighting nerd?
I think he recently joined the fighting nerds, or I don't know if it was for just
a one-off or
one time or whatever. But Carlos Prates is the real deal here when it comes to the fighting nerds, man. Prates is a Muay Thai and kickboxing specialist, man. He's got very, very good Muay Thai and very good kicks. He uses that lead leg. He likes to fight with a raised lead leg and high guard with head movement. He's a powerful striker. He's known for finishing fights with his knees, straight punches, and knockouts. And he's got a good sense of timing. Jeff Neal, he's pretty aggressive in the striking as well. He's got some knockout power. He's got heavy hands. He's got good combinations. Lands some powerful punches and kicks. He likes to go with quality over quantity, which is going to be a problem here because Prates goes for a lot of volume. So he might just lose because of the fact that he's not, putting enough output out there, Jeff Neal. And he always tries to look for that killer punch, which sometimes doesn't come to him. So give me Carlos Prates here to win this one, man. I'm going to go with knockout or submission for Carlos Prates. I think he finishes Jeff Neal. And Jeff Neal, the guy has been finished before, man. He did lose by submission to Shavkat Rakhmonov in a few fights ago, like 3 fights ago. He did lose to Ian Machado Gary by split decision. Man, I think that he can get the job done here in this one, man. So give me Carlos Prates by finish.
Yeah, he's a good boxer and all, and I don't know, man. Jeff Neal here. I think we're gonna see Prates come back from that loss he had the last time. Who was it against there? He had Carlos Prates lost in a 5-rounder there the last time.
Yeah, he lost to Ian Gary.
Yeah, that's right. Ian Gary, yeah. So that was a tough fight, but I was expecting him to lose for Ian Gary. I look for him to have a good rebound fight here. Jeff Neal was in a couple wars lately, one against Machado Gary himself and Rachmanov. They were tough fights. Neal's no pushover. His boxing is really good too, and I think this is going to be a fight where they both want to knock each other's heads off right away, and they're going to come at each other pretty hard, looking for that kill. And I think his Muay Thai is going to play a role here, and he's going to be able to maybe clutch at his neck, get his head down for some good knees in there when Neal gets in close into that clinch range. Some lethal, hard, straight shots I see coming from Prates, and I think he's going to end up getting the decision here.
Yeah, Jeff Neal's only knockout loss came to Kevin Holland, believe it or not, back in 2017.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the guys like Neil Magny and Wonderboy Thompson were able to beat Jeff Neal based on volume. They beat him. They both beat him by unanimous decision based on volume, because Jeff Neal, like I said before, he's very slow. He like I said, he prefers quality over quantity, and that's something that makes him lose his fights.
Yeah, I don't think Pradet is going to let him be that patient this time. I think, or he's going to get finished, right? I think he's going to be forced to like swing back, or maybe that's just me hoping for really a dynamite fight here.
Yeah, I think Prates is going to be moving forward and forcing Jeff Neal to be moving backwards, and that's where he's not going to fight as well. So yeah, I like Prates here, knockout or submission. All right, let's move on up. Next fight. So we agreed on all three fights so far of the main card. Nice. Now, this one here is Lerone Murphy against Aaron Pico. So for this one here, it's your turn. Who do you have here?
Oh, no, it's yours.
No, I started with Tim Elliott and Kai Asakura, then it was you, then me, then you. Yeah, it's you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, here we got to. Is this? It is. It's the Miracle against Aaron Pico here. Look, we're getting these Bellator other guys coming in here with more hype and more fanfare and more expectations than the previous guy. It's like the first guy was Pitbull, with his amount of hype. Oh, the great Pitbull is here finally. Then we got Patchy Mix, right? Who came in with like even more hype. He's the best in the world. And now we have Aaron Pico, who's like supposedly the best in the universe. And he's coming in here and he's going to face the Miracle. I don't think he's going to get the win here. I've said this before that I'm not picking the Miracle until he loses. I'm not saying that's 100% like he's touchy-feely or anything like that. But I'm not going to stop picking the Miracle here for Aaron Pico, okay? Like, you're looking back at who Aaron Pico has beat. He's beaten like nobody. But on top of the fact that he's beaten nobody, he's lost to like worse people than people he's beaten. He's lost to Henry Corrales here, okay, but Zach Freeman, goodness sake, man. I just think Lerone Murphy is just way better than anyone he's ever fought here. I think the first fight blues are real, no matter who you are, and I'm not even including that they're from Bellator, and a lot of these guys lose their first fights, even if they wind up being pretty good. Most of them lose their first fights anyway. So you got to keep that in mind. I like the fact that Lerone Murphy is really well-rounded. I wouldn't mind Lerone Murphy attempting a couple of his own takedowns, because I don't know if Pico's going to accept that, and I think he could get him down. And also, I think Murphy can stand with Pico just as well. I know Pico has power, but I think Murphy's defense is pretty good. Just very well-rounded Murphy. And got shot 100 times in the face, survived. I think he's going to survive Aaron Pico.
All right, man. So guess what? I got Lerone Murphy in this one here. That's my third dog pick. So you guys out there who think that the real deal, Khalil, doesn't pick any dogs, I got 3 dogs this time around.
Loving it, the deal. But all the picks are great.
3 dog picks, not just picks.
I don't even think Murphy should be a dog.
Seriously, he should not be a dog, but this is another good dog I like here. Lerone Murphy's fighting style is basically, he's got strong boxing. He's got a very strategic use of feints, lateral movement. He sets up his powerful strikes. He uses his jab to control distance and create openings for his right hand. And he switches stances. and he's very defensive in his approach. He's got a lot of good head movement, counter striking, and he incorporates grappling and takedowns as well. So he's a very well-rounded fighter. He can also wrestle. Aaron Pico, this guy is a blend of wrestling, boxing, and striking. He's super aggressive and explosive, and he uses his wrestling background to get his takedowns and use his grappling control. But that's not going to work against Lerone Murphy, who's good at takedown defense. Pico's got impressive knockout power too. He's got some good striking as well. But I think he's going to come in here a little too hot, thinking that he's going to be able to just come in here and bamboozle Lerone Murphy like that. It's not going to work. And Aaron Pico's been knocked out 3 times from guys in Bellator who are nowhere near the level of Lerone Murphy. We're talking, he got knocked out by Adam Borix, Henry Corrales, and Jeremy Kennedy. So I mean, this guy is getting knocked out and getting finished by these lower level fighters in Bellator, and he's going to make it a big step up in competition against Lerone Murphy. And Lerone Murphy's never lost. And his last fight against Josh Emmett, unanimous decision win there. I don't see Pico being as dangerous as Dan Ige or Josh Emmett, and or even Edson Barbosa. And Lerone Murphy took care of all 3 of those guys. So give me a Lerone Murphy to get the win here, knockout or decision. So there we go. Now to the next fight here. We are at the main event of the evening. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and then put some comments also for the algorithm. And this is the main event: Dricus du Plessis against Khamzat Chimaev. Man, I'm gonna tell you this: Dricus du Plessis is on the dog list. Okay, I'm not picking him, but he's on the dog list. I gotta go with Khamzat Chimaev here in this one. Look, this is gonna be a banger of a fight. Dricus du Plessis, he's got good kickboxing, judo, and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He's got both striking and grappling. He's very unorthodox, though, the way he fights. He's got an unusual style. It's not the best, like, visually, the way he fights, but he finds a way to do it. His entries are a bit sloppy, but he likes to try to wear down his opponents to get the win. He tries to do whatever he can to get the win. Very unpredictable. Khamzat Chimaev, though, he's more technical. His grappling is often compared to Khabib Nurmagomedov's grappling due to the similarities. He's got exceptional strength, endurance, and technical precision. He swiftly takes his opponents to the ground, and he's got quick finishes, very good submission skills, very good chain wrestling as well. He imposes his will on fighters, and I think that this is the fight for Khamzat to win here, man. He's got very good striking as well, sharp jabs, dangerous uppercuts, and he inflicts damages on his opponents, man. I've got to go with Khamzat Chimaev to win here. Give me the win by knockout or submission. I think his only 2 losses to Dricus du Plessis have come by knockout or submission. I think he finishes du Plessis and new.
You don't think it can go to decision because he hasn't lost a decision?
I think that Khamzat Chimaev is going to finish him off, man. Yeah,
so there's not many people I would pick Chimaev to lose against here, but I'm sticking with my boy DDP here. This fight I've been looking to. I've been looking forward to this fight more than any other for a while now. I think it's going to be great. I fall into the group where I think DDP is going to survive the early onslaught of Khamzat and put him away when Khamzat gets more worn out, more tired, and more ill. Because Khamzat, to his credit, is in seclusion or in hiding in a quarantined area at his place, and he's not going out anywhere, he's not seeing anybody to prevent himself from getting sick, you know? So after all of that quarantining, this guy's going to go into a very crowded area, so he may develop a bug more quickly because he's all, illness-free. This guy's really concerned about that stuff. This is true.
I believe you.
I don't think there's a lot of people out there who think DDP is going to finish him off early. There's no one better at the first lunge in takedowns, like the entries. There's no one better in the UFC, I think, than Khamzat. If there is, let me know. But I think DDP's tough enough to be able to withstand that. I think he's strong enough to stay away from the most threatening and vicious sub attempts Kamzat's going to be throwing at him at the beginning. And I think he has better endurance and cardio than Kamzat. I think his striking is going to take over more later in the fight. He does attack the body very well, which I love. And I think his striking is great for what it is. It's not visually appealing, but it works. So who gives a shit? I'm calling DDP to tough it out here and get the win by. So this is so hard to call even for a finish here. I'm going to call submission or knockout for DDP. Finish also.
Yeah, so these guys are going to bang it out and finish each other, man. So we're in disagreement with only one fight in the main card and only one fight in the prelim. So this is looking good for us to have a good week here. I hope that we kill it this week again. Like and subscribe, folks. And I can't wait till Friday, of course.
Yeah, you can check us out on the Friday shows, man, and the betting show.
All right, KAMMA. Peace out, everyone. Let's get it.